And you know what that intro means. So, hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm Lorena Creole, of course, bringing you that spice to sci fi and pop culture analysis and keeping it real when it comes to theme parks. So, welcome to the Lunch Table show where we get together at lunchtime, kick back with some old friends, kind of meet some new ones, have a good time, and just kick the weekend off in grand geek style. So there's so many of you in the chat. Thank you so much. We are going to get to you guys, but before I do that, I have to introduce and reintroduce, of course, my cupcake buddy, Fat Steven. How you doing?
I was good till you started mentioning sweets. I don't know why everyone thinks I'm just like some guy who doesn't.
You don't
You
you
can
don't want
introduce
to
me as a grifter. Like it's right in my name. I like
wait.
that
You
comic.
you you don't want to share my love of disrespectful cupcakes?
I love cupcakes, but disrespecting them, that's a road I better not look at. It's like a rabbit hole of something weird.
You so went somewhere that I was not going.
That's all I ever go. It's like, hey, you see the light? Yeah, I see the light, but that dark corner over there,
and
that's where I want to be.
and yet not surprised.
Yeah,
Maybe
no,
that's
no.
where you were gonna go.
No, I've noticed over the year you've less and less clenched your teeth going, please don't say something stupid. It's only been 30 seconds. Please don't ruin it for me.
I honestly think it's funny. It's like when you go from, because I didn't expect to get monetized so quickly.
No, not
When
gonna.
you go from nobody really paying attention and you can pretty much do whatever the heck you want, and all of a sudden, guess what, you're monetized now. So this can happen, this can happen, this can happen, this can happen. You're like, ah, crap. So you didn't have time to kind of learn what screws up monetization and what doesn't. And it's kind of like they throw you in the water, with Jaws, and you kind of have to swim to, figure it out. So you're uptight as I don't know what the first couple of months. Now it's just like, we got ways around that.
That's it. I noticed that my list for banned words in the chat has gotten bigger with different variations. That's pretty much. But anything that's been hit with a limited ad, I do under review. I have no limited streams at all. Everything is fully monetized. I have yet to get one that's in yellow. Anything that gets hit, I just do under review, and it's nullified within 20 minutes.
Here's the thing with the Florida streams, because we go into so much. How would I put this? There's no filter for stuff that comes in the police blotter, So there's things that we can't avoid. But it's funny because some of them, and I've had this happen with other streams too, where it'll show up as limited ads, and then I guess a person goes in and looks at it, and boom, the green light comes on.
For me, it like When we did buttered this week, it was funny because Tom joined us, right? And
Hmm.
it turned into like 20 minutes of bum um, sex ed jokes and D jokes. And for some reason, that didn't get limited ads. But as soon as we start talking about Trey Parker, limited ads from South Park and talk about Viacom. And I'm sitting there going, wait a minute. So we can make as many genital jokes as we want. But as soon
Oh
as we
yeah.
talk in Deadline article, and I was like, this is hilarious because it was literally full 20 minutes. Like, I got clips. It's hilarious.
Well, you remember last year, and we're going to bring our guest in a little real
He's
shortly.
getting candy corn.
Um, oh, good. Tell get some for me. Um, I remember my stream for I think going to Universal, just looking at the stuff at at Universal for Halloween. That got flagged, but talking about clown prawn that went through fine.
Oh, yeah. No, women moaning and honking horns, perfectly fine. You
I,
talk about history, you're down. You're
Yeah,
dead.
and you're down, but you know what? I thankfully I have to say YouTube has gotten a lot better about having a real human review my stuff. I think because it's
Oh,
just
have they given you the
on.
option yet though? Have they given you the option that after you have to go through 20 of your own
Yes,
uploads? Yeah, I'm
yes,
going through that right now, and I'm like, but I do live streams.
yeah,
I'm gonna get that done by next year. I don't care.
yeah.
But
I've
yeah,
done. Yeah, I've gotten that. I'm just like, dude, that's gonna take a
and
while.
the second question is, have you actually gone into your ad sense in general and actually checked on the ads that you're not getting yet, be like alcohol and stuff like that, so you can actually have they sometimes actually automatically set certain ads. But if you go
Mm,
into AdSense and you're like I'm getting vodka ads. We were talking about Ryan Reynolds, and all of a sudden on the Fortnite stream, and someone came into the
mm.
stream and goes, as soon as you said that, I got a 9 minute commercial about Grey Goose vodka. I'm like, what? Because he,
I may have to check that out because
yeah,
I think I looked at it briefly and then kind of ignored it and said, okay, we'll see what that happens. But I'm probably going to have to go back and revisit that. But you know what? Let's bring up our guest who I am very excited to bring on. I've been waiting
eh,
a long time to have him come onto the show. So, folks, please
yeah.
welcome Mongo's Big Thanks to the show. Welcome.
Hello.
Only took a year.
He's stuck on that year thing.
I am getting, yeah. I'm like, you saw that DM, right? Like, what DM? Like, even with Zevius, that was funny too, because he was like, what do you mean? Well, I sent it about 6 months ago. No, you didn't. Have you checked? Yeah, but I love Mongo. Mongo's just awesome. Like, yeah.
Yeah, he's really awesome. It's like I'd see him on a couple of other shows. So very excited to finally have you here with us. Versus lots of people in chat are like, yeah, Margot's here.
Yeah, man.
Awesome. Awesome. Love it. Love it. So let's see. Let's go through here and welcome folks to the chat because there are 20 of you watching. Thank you so very much. I do appreciate it. I know Midnight's Edge is going on, but I'm part of the Midnight's Edge crew, so nothing but love. So keep both browsers open.
Does that make wait? Does that make me a midnight sliver crew then? Because I'm technically working for
Sliver.
you. Yeah, like there's the edge, then there's the sliver.
Yeah, why not?
I don't know. I'm just
Why
trying to
not?
appropriate.
I
I'm
think
trying to
that's
appropriate.
cool. I
Yeah.
think that's pretty cool.
Nobody
We'll
likes a
take it.
sliver.
Hey, Arwen Avalon says, good afternoon, y'all. I'll be listening. Have a great show, Reina and Mongo. Of course, she meant Fat Stephen in there
What the
too, but thank
hell,
you,
are we?
Arwen.
What the hell?
And of course, we have Snore to Poop as Q Burr, a channel member. Thank you so very much. Actually, channel members, we're going to get another live stream on the schedule for the month. I'll be in touch about that in the community page. It says hello humans and other critters, and of course, hello Mongo. There you go. Awesome, awesome. And we have your Muslim uncle waving and saying good morning. Well, good morning, your Muslim uncle, and please do say hello to Sufi mom for us as well. I love it. Now it's like two of them. It's like your Muslim uncle and Sufi mom. So I think that's so cool. And let's see, we have Keely Chow who says, hey, everybody. Well, hello, Keely Chow. And of course, Roll Tide. Absolutely. Roll Tide. I need the visual for that to show people. And we have Anil Jamali, who I don't think you've been in my chat before. So welcome to my channel. Says, hello, Lorena, with the thumbs up. Well, hello to you, my dear, and thank you for coming here. We have Ram Bam, fear not, chat. The weasel has returned. I will never get that darn weasel character out of my brain. Have you seen the Suicide Squad manga?
Yeah, I have.
That that was just such a screwed up looking character. I didn't. It scared and fascinated me at the same time.
I believe the motion capture was actually done by Sean Gunn, and that's his brother,
Oh.
Gunn's brother.
Really?
Yeah, he was also
Oh.
the he was I think he was also the mocap, I believe, for Rocket Raccoon. That was voiced by what is his
Oh,
name?
really?
Yeah, he
Wow.
does a lot of stuff. Yeah.
I love Rocket. Shoot, he was a little trash panda, but I freaking loved Rocket. Hey, theme park casual, another
Theme
channel
park.
member, along with Snortapoopa says,
Damn.
"Hey, kids. Well, hello, hello, hello. The Reina rocking the Slytherin colors, of course, because tonight I'm not going to be streaming because I'm doing some more technical testing because I believe I'm going to be using StreamYards to stream from the parks from now on. I'm doing some
Mm.
Slytherin shopping. So, of course, got the Slytherin colors on, but also capturing a lot of stuff for Halloween Horror Nights to show you guys on
Ooh.
Sunday's Welcome to Florida show because they dropped a bunch of merch and they have all the preparations going on for that. So the tribute store is open. So of course, like last year, I got to get video of that and show it with you guys. And we have the Gen X guy, Cupcake Buddy, LOL. Yeah, Gen X guy. I love disrespectful desserts, and cupcakes can be some of the most disrespectfully delicious things. And I'm so addicted. I'm so addicted to 'em. Hey, Rogue Disney says howdy, y'all. Well, hello to you too. Glad you're here. And Canadian Spider Man. Hey there, Lorena Creole, Fat Steven, Smiley, and lots of bacon. Because yes, everything is good. Everything is good with bacon. And let's see, we have Dadman Walking 55, another channel member, says good day all. Really excited to see the big booming voice of Mongo here. Absolutely. Absolutely. And sort of people, sorry you got thrown in Facebook jail. I try to avoid Facebook. I don't go to Facebook, but all of my old relatives who don't want to call anyone, now they're all on Facebook yelling at each
Uh,
other. It's I don't get it, but I guess that what entertains them. I don't freaking know. And we have Kip Ellis who says, "Yo, folks." Well, hello, Kip. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Great stream, Reina, Mongo, and Make a Wish Kid.
well,
that's oh god, that's just so creepy. Oh, well, have a good workout, Arwen. That's going to be me a little bit
mhm,
later on this afternoon. Yes, disrespectful
mm,
red velvet cupcakes, disrespectful orange blossom cupcakes too. They have at Disney Springs. They have the flavors of Florida festival going on. So between orange red velvet cupcakes and key lime cake, ugh, man, just
mm.
lots of sugar. But there are 22 people here watching, and Mongo's Big Things is our guest. So of course we have to start out with our usual um, standard questions we like to ask people. So the first one is, what are your memories of lunchtime at school?
Well, whatever days, let's see. Sometimes I pack my own lunch, but most of the time it was my mom. And I'd always get a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Half the time it'd be smashed on the bottom of the sack, the lunch sack.
Yeah,
But, it's like, as a kid, you just eat whatever. You just eat
right.
whatever. But, lunchtimes are pretty cool. Can't really say too much more other than peanut butter and jelly sandwiches pretty much every day. Pretty much every day for lunch.
Wow. Was that your favorite?
Yeah, pretty much.
You know what? It's funny. Even now, peanut butter and jelly is one of my favorite go-to snacks to like get. There's just something just interesting, about that, and that seems to just exclusively be an American thing. Because I was trying to explain to people what that was when I was over in Europe, and they're looking at me like, "Really? That's what y'all eat?" I'm like, "Look." every country has that dish, kind of like I didn't understand beans on toast in UK.
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah. Shoot.
I don't get it, but
Mm,
y'all like it. That's cool.
mm,
Oh, hello, Jackie Man. I think I saw you put it there. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, Flavors of Florida is over at Disney Springs. I'm glad I went the last day yesterday, but that was so much fun. I'm gonna miss that. Let's see. This is great. Sufi Mob made me a PB and J the other day. Oh,
ooh,
awesome! You know,
nice.
you know what's good? Peanut butter. There's your standard peanut butter and jelly sandwich with like peanut butter and grape jelly. My favorite, and I blame Paddington Bear for this. Peanut butter and orange marmalade
Ooh.
sandwich.
Mm.
That is like flipping delicious. I'm like, oh, this is flipping cool. Hey, Jack of all casuals, says morning Lorena, Weasel, and Mongos. What flavor jelly? Mongo, what flavor jelly was your favorite?
Gosh. I mean, it's a toss up between grape and strawberry. Those are pretty much, but I love guava jelly. I think that's
That's,
probably one of my favorites.
that's
There's
good
something
stuff.
nice about it, you know?
Guava,
Jelly.
guava jelly is delicious.
Mm.
Oh, it is. It is. What about you, Fat Steve?
Oh, my favorite jelly is the ones that are in my chat watching with jelly. You know, they got that jelly attitude because they're so jelly.
That's the
Honestly,
thing.
I'm not a fan of jelly. It
Uh,
has to be done just right. It has to be a thin layer, especially with peanut butter,
mm,
because I don't like the texture, some of the chunk stuff. You know, when you get stuff that looks like it's just been, and it's still in the, you can still see the circle shape, like when you open up cranberries.
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, but and I can't eat grape jelly. I'm allergic to grapes, right? So
Oh, wow.
yeah,
Oh,
I can't
that's
drink
right.
wine
You
either.
are.
Yeah.
You are.
Oh.
Yeah, we would never disrespect the peanut butter and jelly sandwich because that's,
Mhm.
Yeah, we
let
would.
me tell you, that's a standard. Yeah, Florida has flavors. Yeah, Dad Man Walking, they had like citrus specialties like citrus cupcakes, orange blossom, moonshine, which I unfortunately I taste. I had a different kind of moonshine, not that one.
Mm.
And what else did they have? They had like gator tail. I had
Oh,
that.
ooh.
Oh, that was so good. It's you can get it. I'm gonna have to make a list of places around Florida that you can get gator tail. You didn't have to necessarily go down to Disney Springs to get it. Had say gator tail. What else? They had like key lime cookies and cake at Gideon's Bakery. I think over at Jock Lindsay's Hangar Bar, they had like rock shrimp with watermelon salsa because like rock shrimp is a
Ooh.
Florida thing. So they had stuff like that. So yeah, it was like a Florida food festival, which was for me is like going to eat at a relative's house. So that it's no difference for me, but I like looking at what other people do. Hey Thomas, is good morning. Aren't
Thomas.
you in Vegas, dude?
Yeah, they're all in Vegas. Yeah.
Mhm.
And you drop in to check out the show. Thank you so much. I saw you having fun with the ords and culture and all that. You have a great time, Thomas. I see you smiling. I
What?
love seeing pictures of you smiling.
What? I don't understand what that finger is for, Ram. What's your problem? What is that?
That's a skinny Steven Seagal.
What the hell, man?
Let's see. Oh, that's funny. Gator tail is just cannibalistic as a Florida gator. But yeah, it is. It is. But eh, I just wipe that from my and just eat it anyway. So let's see, Jacobin, Lorena Creole, UK and Europe don't get PB&J, but I still love it on the regular, just with splendid sweetened jams and jellies. Seeded
Mm.
clusterberry jams are my fave. Also like almond butter. Yeah, interesting
Oh.
story.
Mm.
Yeah, almond butter's kind of weird. I can kind of take or leave
Mm.
almond butter. I love almond smell. It's great. But over here, sometimes if you go to the UK tea shops and they have the jellies, I'm just thinking how it's going to taste when I mix it together with peanut butter sandwich.
Is there pistachio butter? Because I've heard that there might be.
I want to say, I think
Mm.
I've seen that at a place called Trader Joe's. They seem to get all kinds of
Oh, I want to
just
try that.
stuff
Mm.
like that. I'll have to keep a. I know they had cookie butter.
Oh yeah.
I see, like I can see the little like cookie butter. Yeah, they had cookie butter there. Let me get to the next food question. I love asking these. So, did you have pizza in school? And if you did, was it square or round?
Yeah, we did have pizza, and it was square cut, with little tiny cubes of pepperoni on it, or yeah, I guess
Mm-hmm.
pepperoni, whatever kind of meat they put on that stuff, but little tiny cubes of that on the square piece of pizza.
Cool. Yeah, square just seems to be the popular one. I guess rectangle because
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, because it's easy to make. Usually tasted like cardboard, but it's
Yeah.
kind of cool. They try to pass that off as pizza, and we're just like, well, I guess guess it's there. Jack Lumen, I am so sorry. Thank you for correcting me. Now that's gonna stick in my head. Why? Because you put the word Lou in there. So it's gonna stick forever. So thank you for that. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Yep, there we go. Yep, there's the pizza. There's the pizza. You had triangle pizza.
Oh.
You were lucky. You were
Jack is my best friend.
lucky.
Weasel likes Jack.
Oh, square and always on Fridays. My teacher would take us back to the classroom to watch Magic School Bus.
Oh.
It's funny how even though that square pizza wasn't exactly the best, you're usually just happy to get it. Sometimes your Muslim uncle Nutella and
Oh,
marshmallow
fluff.
spread.
Man,
Yep.
sounds good.
It is. It's like a s'more
Um,
sandwich. It's literally marshmallow spread called fluff, and then you have Nutella. But if you don't want to use Nutella, you can probably find those other third market hazelnut spreads, and they work just as well. Or even look for the Reese's peanut butter and chocolate spread and mix that with the fluff.
Ooh,
Sorry, I got triggered
wow.
by food.
Mm.
here's where I differ a little bit. I do not like Nutella. I love hazelnuts,
Yeah.
but I don't like Nutella. Now, fluff, I'd heard of it. I had never even really had it before until recently, since some cousins of mine from New England were like, "Have you ever had fluffernutter?" I'm like, "What the heck is that?" They're just like, "Oh, peanut butter with marshmallow fluff on it." I'm like, "What?" Okay, and tried it. It's actually pretty good. It's just, marshmallow fluff is not, it's not really a southern thing. Yes, Jack Lumen, I will. I will. Well, folks, there are like 20 people in here watching, and Mongo is our guest. So, Mongo, tell us what got you started in YouTube?
Peanut butter.
Really?
Well, so growing up, I never really watched YouTube. Probably started watching it around 2014, 2015, that era. I don't know, that span of years.
Mm-hmm.
And, I was doing work. I was working outside for an RV resort. And so there was a lot of time where I just was working outside and, there's just nothing to listen to really. So I was like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, let me listen to some music. All right, let me listen to some audiobooks. And, eventually I was like, okay, I don't really read too many books. So I don't know what the good books are to listen to.
Right.
So let me just, check my options here. And then eventually I was like, oh, YouTube. Okay, let's listen to some stuff on YouTube. Went on to YouTube, watched just, video game channels here and there, the kind that everybody watches, like
Right.
Super Mega, Oni Plays, all that kind of stuff. Then
Yeah, Oni was good.
eventually, and
Sorry.
well, no, that's all good. Then eventually found World Class Bullshitters, started listening to their podcast, and I was like, this is good. I like this. And, just kind of moved on from there, the High Council, some other
Uh-huh.
channels here and there. And I was like, man, this is pretty fun stuff. I'd been listening to YouTube videos for like a year, maybe 2 years. And I was thinking, man, this would be kind of fun to do on the side as like a hobby or something.
Yeah.
Just screw around, If these people who are like good at this stuff have a fun time, and I could probably have a decent enough time just doing this for fun, and kind of just went from there. And I was like, okay, let me just have some fun, do a new hobby.
Yeah, it's interesting how people kind of like fall into YouTube, because I know for me, I was just watching what other people were doing, on YouTube. Because before, it's like people would send me clips on YouTube, like people fails, cat videos, stuff like that. And I didn't think about really getting into it seriously at all. I was watching other people, but then I started seeing people like this lady in Jamaica with the cooking channel, and all she does is cook. And she is like 150K subscribers. Literally, she is in her small kitchen, you know, just like cooking. Because I started watching her channel because part of my family's heritage is West Indian. So there are some meals that are kind of like a one off because we've been in America for centuries,
Mm.
but stuff's familiar. So I'm looking and like certain styles of cooking that she does. I'm like, yeah, I kind of remember that. Where the heck did my family get it from? And I'm just like, you mean to tell me all this lady does is do videos of her cooking, videos of her shopping for stuff to cook with, and people just sit there and watch it. I'm like, well, I'm sitting here watching it. Maybe I might be able to do something. Then eventually got peer pressured into to doing a channel, but it's interesting, the things that get you, into into starting a YouTube channel. So how did you come up with the name Mongo's Big Things though?
Mongo like candy.
Well, so disclaimer here, sometimes I like to think I'm smarter than I actually am. So, so back when I was playing football in high school, I had a nickname from one of my coaches, Coach Burke, big, huge coach, defensive line coach. He comes up to me,
Mhm.
he's like, "Hey, man, you remind me of Mongo from Blazing Saddles. I'm going to call you Mongo from now on." I'm like, "Sounds good, coach." And so the name kind of that nickname kind of stuck, and I was like, okay, sweet. I love Blazing Saddles. I like that character Mongo. If you're gonna get a nickname after a character, I mean,
Mhm.
at least it's a cool one, a funny one too.
Right.
And from there, I was kind of thinking, I'm like, okay, Mongo. He has this one kind of profound line where he says, "Mongo, only pawn in game of life." And I was thinking, I'm like, okay, he's kind of profound here, some little things here and there. And around the time I was thinking of doing the YouTube channel, I was listening to the audiobook of The Island of Dr. Moreau. And in that story, in that book, there is the ape man who walks around, he follows the main character, and he says these little sayings called that he calls big thinks, which were, just little profound kind of things or things that he thought was smart or that he had heard before, and he was just repeating. So I was like, oh, okay, Mongo's big thinks. It's kind of just more of a not too serious, kind of a lighthearted kind of thing where I was like,
Uh-huh.
I'm going to make some videos. They're not going to be like deep dives or analyses into these various topics, but I'd like to think, hey, maybe there's something kind of profound, maybe something practical, or something kind of funny with whatever I put out there. So that was
See,
kind of the thought process behind that name.
I have a question for you as well.
Mhm.
Most people know you for that. Like that's pretty. You say you're not smart, but that's pretty incredible the way you were adapting two things and making it your own thing. That's still intelligent. That's still brilliant. But there's also another thing I've been wanting to ask you. How
Mhm.
long? Like it falls on. I guess sorry. It falls on the whole thing with the YouTube. What made you get into kaiju, Godzilla, King Kong, as well as
Mm.
the second part to this is you come up with these costumes like the gorilla and the candy corn knight, as we're going to say it. And I'm not trying to make fun of you because that's something brilliant. A lot of people don't always attack on, but it shows
Mhm.
your creativity and what inspires that to happen. And is it linked to your love of kaiju?
Hmm. Well, I'm really glad that you asked that question. As a kid, look, we're going to go back in time here. back to
Oh, go
baby
right
Mongo.
ahead. Go right ahead. That's what the show is here
I'm
for.
I'm picturing him like 5 with the same voice.
Yeah, it's picture Bam Bam, just bam,
Bam, bam.
Too funny.
So, when I was a kid, I mean, what kid didn't love dinosaurs? A
Mm-hmm.
boy kid, a child, you watch The Land Before Time, you watch,
Hmm.
any other kind of cartoon dinosaur show, um, Barney, anything like that. You see a dinosaur, you say, I want that. So I got a lot of cheap dinosaur toys from Walmart. And around the same time, just growing up, I had an uncle. I still have an uncle. My uncle Jimbo, and he was the one who really kind of introduced me to Godzilla. He'd be like, "Oh, come watch this with me. I got a VHS tape of Godzilla versus the Sea Monster." I'm like, "Okay," watching this, seeing basically a giant dinosaur who breathes fire and like fights other giant monsters. That was that really clicked with me as a
Hmm.
kid. And then, just all these other things. It's a huge world of just monsters. It's been a part of cinema since like forever,
Mm-hmm.
way back in the day with King Kong and all that stuff. And it's just kind of, I think, evolved a bit, that
Hmm.
kind of, that appreciation of like a dinosaur or a monster. It kind of goes and it evolves. I'm saying that I'm rambling now, but
No, you're not.
as a kid, you don't really think about the small details. But now as an adult, I think, man, just imagine a giant, like 1,000-ton monster walking down a city street. Just all the logistical damage it would cause, all the stuff that
Wait,
people would have to deal with.
Hmm.
wait, Mongo, wait. Isn't that Honey Boo Boo? Sorry.
No, that's Mama June. Anyway,
Oh,
I
swing,
can
bada,
say
bada,
that.
bada, swing.
I can say that since she gained all that weight back, but
Could
that's
be
that.
Oprah
But
from the 90s.
that's just, oh Lord, that's such a hot mess. One of these days, I might break down what happened with Mama June and that whole family. Uh, but that is that. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Mongo. Go ahead, please.
All right. And so yeah, I guess that's pretty much the love of monsters. And I'll be honest, guys, some people call me like a kaiju connoisseur or like an expert. I didn't even know what the word kaiju was until the movie Pacific Rim came out in like what 2013. I had never heard that word before.
Neither, dude, neither did I. People were like, "Are you?" And this happen live. I think it was on the show. And we had Amanda on, and she was like, "So, Lorena, you're in the kaiju, right?" I said, "What's that?" She's like, "Big monsters." I'm like, "I just called them big monsters. I had no idea that there was an actual name for it. So, dude, don't feel bad. I've never seen Pacific Rim yet either, so I had no clue what kaiju meant at all. So don't feel bad. Yeah, Gen X guy. I felt some kind of way about the fact that I didn't know that that was Japanese for giant monster.
Don't give him too much attention. Jen will start thinking people are acknowledging him. Don't do it. Don't do it. We already do it in Fortnite. Don't do it here. Don't do it here.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, please.
um, then I guess, I mean, to pick up from there, I mean, when you love something and you see like a product of it or like
Hmm.
merchandise of it, you naturally want to have it. And and that's kind of just something that I was like, man, I want to have some giant monster toys. Like, I got one right on my desk here. I got a little, well, little, just
Hmm.
got a Funko Godzilla here. And I mean, honestly, we don't need to go into the effects that's had on my bank account. But anyways,
Oh, you need the blue one that goes with it.
Oh gosh, it's a rabbit hole, you know. It's like,
Yeah,
oh, you got this guy. Oh, but they got the exclusive coming out next month. Oh, yes.
and the 10-inch.
I know what you mean. I'm really trying to not go down that rabbit hole. But what makes it worse is when you go to a theme park, especially Universal, and you're looking at like all the collectibles and stuff. It's just like, oh my god, I you want everything, but it's like, nah, I can't get all that stuff. But I probably will be back eventually, pick it up.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna take a picture of it, and and kind of like leave like a little bit later. It's like when I went through of course every attraction dumps out into a gift shop, of course it does. But like after like say the Transformers ride, it dumps you into the gift shop, and then they have the collectibles, and then they have, scale models, and then they have the figures. I think I saw one. I'll probably post a picture later. I think it was like $2,000. It was Megatron, and it was gorgeous. I'm like, shoot, no, I didn't see that. Yeah, we're not going to talk about Michael Bay.
I do have a question though for you, Mongo.
Yeah.
Uh, First, favorite kaiju film, and secondly, out of your collection, favorite kaiju toy.
Oh gosh.
I like that. Good question.
Mm, gosh. I'm
Alphabetical.
looking off screen. I'm looking at my little rack of movies and stuff, and I'm like, gosh, which one do I love the
Okay, but
most?
how about this one?
Mm,
What is the one kaiju film you will always turn on when you just want to have something on in the background? What is that one film you can
mm,
never get tired of? Is that better?
mm. That's good. That's a good question. I like that. I think for me personally, and I have a lot of bias with this, but I love the movie Shin Godzilla. Came out in 2016.
Hmm.
Um, I think they had a little run. They did like they showed it in American theaters, a couple select theaters here and there. And in my part of California, I was able to go see it in a
Hmm.
theater, and that was the first time I had ever seen a Godzilla movie on the big screen in a movie theater. Because I'm a young fella, I'm not particularly old, so it was just really great. It was just being there, and as soon as possible, I was like, I have to get this on DVD, and I have to get a physical copy of this movie, and it's a movie that I could watch on repeat. I just
Hmm.
keep it playing and playing, and ooh, that's pretty
I wasn't trying to
transforming
distract you.
rollout.
ADHD. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry, Mongo. I ruined your story.
No, no, it's good. Good.
But with respect to kaiju, because I do have to ask you this, what was your impression of Godzilla versus Kong?
Mm, it's a good question. I like that. Um, so the movie itself, I like it a lot. Saw it in actually, I did not see that one in theaters because the whole thing, whole
Hmm.
situation or whatever. Saw that multiple times. I own a copy of it. I really enjoy it. And I'm that type where I can enjoy a movie and I can also acknowledge like, yeah, this thing maybe not the best element,
Hmm.
maybe not an A+ in this category,
Right.
but I really enjoy that movie. I think it ticked a lot of boxes that I wanted, and yeah, I'm a proud owner of the Blu-ray of that. And yeah, I like GVK.
And if I may
I
neck
was just oh, it's like, oh, sorry, Stephen. I mean,
it.
interrupted. I know I was so flipping excited because I hadn't seen a Godzilla movie. I want to say since whatever that god awful one.
Oh, with Broderick?
Yes,
Oh, the only thing good on that movie was the soundtrack because you got
that
Puffy on
that
that town.
pissed me off so bad. I'm like, I don't want to watch another Godzilla movie in the theater. So I didn't. So then I see the trailer for this one, and I'm like, I was like freaking blown away with that. So I'm like, okay, I can't freaking wait to watch this movie. I think that's the first movie I actually did like a reaction breakdown for the trailer because I was just so blown away looking at it. So when the movie came out, it was just freaking fun to me because if anything, first of all, it's like I'm not a Kong fan. He's okay, but he's not my favorite. Godzilla is my favorite. I was always going to be Team Godzilla. And with the CGI that they did, it's how Godzilla always seemed to have his face fixed, but with the
Mhm.
CGI, you could actually see like his expressions and everything when he was pissed, when he was annoyed, when he was just kind of all too pleased with himself. I mean, it was great to see that, to see him swimming underwater. I
Mhm.
mean, Godzilla fighting Kong on an aircraft carrier. Where else you gonna freaking see something like that?
World of Warships, if you have that game and they did the Godzilla content, you can actually have
Mhm.
Godzilla on your warship or Kong on your warship as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see, I didn't even flip and know that.
Smart.
I had no idea. It's like I I'm not a gaming person because let's put it this way, I was a gaming person until I got my first real job. Then some of us started learning really quick. We couldn't do this and game at the same time unless it was like a weekend. We had like a 3-day weekend or something like that.
Yeah.
Then we'll dive into gaming. But friends of mine, we come back like, man, GTA came out and I don't know where the whole weekend went. Next thing I knew, it was Monday. It was time to go back to. It
There you
was
go.
time to go back to work.
Like I said, I don't know if you ever played World of Warships, but they wrote it.
No,
Yeah, they literally had him on the ship.
This
Yeah,
little Godzilla just hanging
that's
on to the ship.
it's more like he's straddling it. I
It's
know.
like
It
he's
looks pretty bad.
balancing on that
And,
damn
and honestly,
thing.
where Kong is, that thing should be tipped like a surfboard on a wave right now.
that
I'm
is
gonna
That's
do you like
funny.
I did my toaster. I love
that
Lando.
is so cheesy. Remember the Godzilla game on the PS2? I do not. I think I heard of
Mm-hmm.
it, but I never played it.
I had a
I
few of
didn't.
those. I had Save the World or Save the Earth and Godzilla Unleashed. Yeah, it's just kind of fun 3D brawler kind of games.
Hmm.
But I think they got they have Godzilla on the PS4 and it's expensive as hell. But I got that game and I'm like,
I
shoo, I like this a
love
lot.
the detail on that. That's
Ooh,
that's insane.
now that looks cool. That
That yeah, that
that
looks
looks cool.
extremely cool. I just
Okay.
love how in Godzilla versus Kong, just how they just like amplified, you know, like the glowiness that comes from them and all. I just thought that was
Mhm.
free. I just thought that was freaking cool.
Oh, dude. I think the best part, what I've liked about the Godzilla films that have come in general, is when you hearing the atomic breath powering up. And I wish I
Yes,
was in a theater to hear
Yeah.
that because I hear, and
dude.
then the sky just goes Tron blue, and you're just sitting there going, "Where's the LSD?"
Dude, let me tell you, hearing that in the theater. Well, I had still have surround sound at home. It's like even hearing that it was cool, but being in the theater and hearing that, it was freaking amazing. Okay. I wasn't even thinking that, but you decided to
Gang goes to the weirdest places. No, like I said, don't acknowledge him; he'll just get worse.
I
They'll
heard,
just get
yeah. Hey, Jack of all casuals. Thanks for being a channel member. Yeah, I did hear we're getting more. I think Toho is supposed to be
Mm-hmm.
creating more of them. But this is just cool. I loved Godzilla movies. I loved big freaking monster movies, big freaking robot movies. But speaking of robot, let me show you guys before I forget about this. So
There was an
this
anime
is
series too.
which one?
Wow.
The Netflix did a different type of Godzilla film. Was it called Singularity? Remember that one?
There's Singular Point.
That's not it.
Singular Point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's Megatron.
I'm
Oh
trying to
man,
blow
that's
this
like
up.
Beast War.
$2,275.
The Beast Wars are over, Optimus.
God.
I
Oh, that looks cool.
all I know is I walked out, and that's the one where people walk by and they just flip and drool looking at it. I'll have to ask if they if they actually sold one of these. But yeah,
The other
it's
one I wish they
insane.
did was a Grimlock that size.
Oh, that would be dope.
Even King Grimlock would be sick because Grimlock
Hmm.
was one of my favorites just as in the G1,
Yeah.
especially the one episode where he got smart and built the safe. Was it the safe safety bots or was it the rescue bots? Not rescue bots. They were the bots that were all in the red and white color scheme, but they would transform into the size of like Devastator.
Hmm.
And he did it right before he had to give up the intelligence because yeah, he was being a big D at that point.
I'll have to. I think they rotate some of this stuff out, so the next time I go through, I'll have to. Yeah, I will have to. I have to look, but yeah, they always. Goodness gracious! Wait till I show you guys. I have to go through my phone eventually, get the pictures, the Iron Man ones that they have. The Marvel shop that they have at Universal puts the ones at Disney to freaking shame.
Hmm.
Gen X guy, this one is
It's not Hot
where'd it
Toys though,
go?
is it?
$2,275 for this one.
No,
Woo,
For this one,
goodness.
I don't know if it's hot. I don't know if it's Hot Toys or
it's
not. I
hot. It's
didn't.
definitely hot. It's very hot. It's hot, smoking hot.
It's hot. I
It's
mean,
burning a
this
hole in my wallet.
it
It's burning a hole in my life savings. Do you want retirement? No, I want that Megatron. Just put that Megatron. I will sleep in his arms.
it is just God, it's hot. That is worth too large. It is beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful.
Fire.
Goodness gracious, yeah, it is. I you know what? Between that, like I said, between the Transformer shop where they have those, and over a Marvel superhero island where they have like all the bottles and memorabilia and stuff like that. If you're like a serious collector dropping money, yeah, I've seen people drop that much money on collectibles like that
Mm-hmm.
because it's a tourist park or
Look
whatever.
at
It's
As.
it's like when
Look at Robert Meyer. What?
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It
Their
is,
whole shelves could fund a house.
especially since Megatron has a T-Rex head for his hand. Yeah, absolutely freaking
Do
it's
you
just amazing.
do you think in the future we could actually probably see a Transformers versus Monster Island if they ever decide to give that even a chance?
I mean, if I had to guess, that'd have to be a comic. I think that'd probably be the best chance, like an IDW comic or whatever, something like that,
Yeah.
crossover. I'd be down for it. That'd be freaking awesome. Devastator fighting anything would be great. Just all these things, oh, be awesome.
More than meets the eye.
Oh man, yeah, I do. I love giant freaking robots. So yeah, so Mongo, I have to ask you: are you team Decepticon or team Autobot?
Oh gosh, man, that's so tough. I like Autobots, but the Decepticons turn into all the cool stuff. They turn into tanks, jets, all this cool, really cool stuff because they don't really care if they're hiding. They don't disguise themselves really. It's like, oh yeah, turn into a tank. But yeah, I'm more of a Decepticons kind of guy. That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's funny to people say that. It's like, yeah, I know I should be team, Autobot, because they're the good guys. But yeah, you're right. It's like the Decepticons. They turn into like the coolest freaking stuff, like
Hmm.
Starscream, which oh God, he's such a minion. Turns into a freaking F-22.
Okay.
Fighter jet. And yeah, Lockheed Martin got so much freaking money off of product placement for that one. I'm like, I did some work with that. Is that a F-20? Yeah, it's an F-22. And I think it's like, please don't pull my card. Blackout. Wasn't he was that Apache helicopter? One of those. I think either Lockheed or it's either Lockheed or Sikorsky made that one. They're both defense
Mm,
contractors. Defense
Sikorsky.
contractors are getting a lot.
Sikorsky.
Sikorsky.
He
Okay.
was a Pavlo
mm,
supposedly.
Okay. Yeah.
mm.
I
Yeah.
forgot Michael Bay. Yeah, he was a Pavlo.
They got so much freaking money for defense contractors for that movie. It was like it was just it was just crazy because it's just like an F-22. I've seen one of those, and yeah, they turn into the coolest stuff. But it's like you got the Autobots that turn into the things that you see, every day, like
Mhm.
the 18-wheeler, trucker, or like the Volkswagen Bug. Although I like the latest incarnation of Bumblebee, that was cool too.
Mm.
Was he like a GTO or something? I think he
I
was.
Can't
He was some
remember.
muscle car. I want to say it was a
Mhm.
GTO. But yeah, they're like the everyday one, not the sexy stuff, but it was like, the stuff that the vehicles you relied on
Mhm.
for the most. But what did you think of I gotta say this. What did you think of Bayformers?
I mean, I like the first one relatively. There's a lot of goofy stuff. There's a lot of memes in that first movie.
Sorry.
Uh, like that scene where the dude has like there's like a plate of donuts and he's like,
Uh-huh.
I ate the whole plate. It's like they put some funny kind of weird little things here and there in that first movie, and then I
Uh-huh.
watched the second one and then the third. I think I watched Age of
Last night.
Extinction, which was I don't know. I haven't seen Bumblebee movie or
I
the
haven't either.
some
Last
other one.
night.
I don't know.
What?
Last night.
What last night?
Last night.
Last night. KNIGHT. Transformers last night.
Oh, last night.
That's
Oh,
what,
that's
Oh.
yeah,
that
yeah.
one. Okay.
Oh.
I'm not talking about what I did last night. Like
What are you
I'm
talking
not
about?
in my dreams. They
I'm
did
like,
not
what?
get my meaning.
I'm like, what? What
Is
did
he having a
okay.
stroke? He keeps saying last night.
Yeah, Rampant, those two. Although I will say I did like seeing Devastator. They
Oh,
Get your
yeah.
feet off my mama's
that
carpet. She don't
that
like it when
was
the feet's on the carpet.
some
Sorry.
CGO that was well CGI that was well spent for Devastator. Bumblebee movie is great.
Mm-hmm.
That's right, he was a Camaro. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I
Uh,
knew it was a muscle car. It was a muscle car.
My mama don't like feet on the carpet. Get your feet off my mama's carpet. And he's talking to the
Less
FBI
weeks
agents, all
off.
slamming
oh
him on the
yeah.
ground. See, they
Last
want you to eat
night
the
the
whole plate of
better.
donuts. That's how they know they got you. And then they come in and the whole plate's gone.
Gosh.
I know way too much about
Those
Bayformers.
movies.
But with Bumblebee, though, they actually, I think, used the original G1
Oh,
like
really?
shapes, like I think for
Mm.
Starscream and stuff. So I have to
Oh,
go back
that's
and look. But
sweet.
if you can put up with John Cena, you can put up with the movie. It's not bad.
Mm.
Just call him toilet seat head like they did from Suicide Squad, and you're good to go.
Toilet, toilet seat. No, I heard or maybe I got this wrong that they are well, no, there was the Netflix Transformers thing,
Yeah,
right?
War for Cybertron, and
Mm.
Okay.
yeah, that was good.
That was
Oh.
good.
Yeah,
Okay.
Mm.
Okay. I
you
may
got
have to
Optimus Primal and Optimus Prime on the same screen.
Oh,
But the only
nice.
thing they ruined was the Predacon Megatron. The voice actor was not Megatron, and they turned him into like literally he's supposed to be like what I think like he's pretty much like a descendant of the original Megatron, but he
Mhm.
Mm.
turned him into like I'm gonna use this word because it means like a simp for himself, and it was
Mm.
very badly done.
Mm.
We all know Dinobot would have kicked his butt.
Yeah.
Ram Bam says my favorite scene in the first movie is when the AC 130. Yeah, I know about the AC
Bring
130
Yeah.
rolls in and tries to blow Scorponok away with that lovely 105
Mhm.
millimeter howitzer. Mhm.
Mhm.
Look for the smoke. Bring the rain.
Yeah.
Bring the rain. I love that. You know, all you see is womp 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 all across the sand. Yeah,
I got, you know what? I gotta show you guys something. This is one of the reasons why I love being a theme park vlogger, especially when a certain theme park follows you. Okay. So I said, anybody got $2,300 to spare? Universal Orlando says, now this is home decor.
Dude, it is. It can be a Christmas tree. It could literally be a Christmas tree. It could be there for Easter, hiding eggs all over. Dude, it has everything. Even Halloween.
See, you know,
If that shows up at your house, though, I'm moving in.
man, if that shows up at my
I look
house,
good in the French dress.
I'm not saying a word.
Oh no! I'm gonna start. I'm gonna move in. I wear a lovely French maid outfit. No
I'm just
lie.
gonna show a picture of my cat, Professor X, sniffing it. You guys know the.
You know they're gonna try to sleep in the Tyrannosaurus bottom jaw, right?
Oh, of course, of course. I just had to show you guys that. That was flipping hilarious. I love Optimus Prime truck form and the Bay form of Susie. I do.
The Rise of the Beast, supposedly they're going back to the G1 model, or at least I think the Combiner Wars model, and it's going to be the flat front truck instead of like the full Mac.
Goes with any design style. You know what, theme park casual? Yeah, you're right about that. Beast Wars animation threw me at first, but my cousin told me the story was fire, and he wasn't wrong.
Nope.
Yeah, I've heard good things about it. It's just something about giant freaking robots and kaijus and lasers and stuff like that. But to go to my other story that I forgot to talk about, with respect to Kong, right? So at Universal, there used to be this like King Kong attraction ride. It's like you were literally like in a L train car going through the city, and Kong was destroying New York. And there's, you know, a part where you see Kong and he's like grabbing the power lines and shaking it, and you're your car swaying right in front of King Kong. And it was the coolest freaking thing ever. And they took that ride down to put it in Skull Island, and you're on a truck, and it's just like nothing but screens. And it takes out that moment that you love. And Mongo, you can talk about this too, about coming face to face with like a big giant freaking monster. It's like and you know, you can give me your feedback as well, but it's kind of like when you see that on screen, you picture kind of thinking yourself, what's it like if I'm, you know, there and Godzilla stomping around, or I'm there and, you know, King Kong is stomping around killing stuff. It's just even to the point where the old ride where there was literally, you know, you could feel breath from King Kong, you know, from his nose, just like snorting out at you. You know, if there was like a moment where you could get dropped in your favorite big monster scene, what would it be?
Gosh, man. I like to think about that one scene in the 2005 King Kong reboot by Peter Jackson, where it's Ann Darrow. She's like landed in like the kind of like the marshy swampland, and then the V-Rex, not T-Rex, just lands in the water, and it's like, and then you see Kong just like landing down in there, and he does his little roar. I would love to be there just to see that whole thing happen. That'd be great. I would love that.
That's a good answer. For me, it would pretty much be anywhere where the foot isn't going to stop me.
Yeah.
What happened to Steven? He's under there and over there.
Your Muslim uncle, thank you so very much for the $1.99 super chat. Transformers animated movie turned 35 last Sunday. Really?
Wow.
I got to go back and watch that. That's a good one. There's all these movies that, since I have like a new 4K TV, I'm getting a 4K player. So now I'm gonna load up on like all like 4Ks and Blu-rays and stuff like that. That one's on the list because I freaking love that movie. Oh my gosh. As usual, time on this show just flies so quick. And I'm so thankful that Mongo got to join us today. Folks, please do subscribe to Mongo's Big Thinks over there. Subscribe to his channel. And of course, he is also over on Twitter as well. So please do subscribe, follow. Mongo, do you have anything coming up that you'd like the folks to know about?
So I'm going to hook you guys up with a special opportunity here. Now, you can
Okay.
kind of see on the screen there's a little video saying 2-year anniversary movie giveaway announcement. So it's been approximately 2 years on YouTube and on Twitter. I made the Twitter when I started doing YouTube, so that made
Mm-hmm.
things easy to keep track
Okay.
of. But basically, I'm going to be giving away 3 digital codes for 3 movies here. So I got Love and Monsters, Godzilla from 2014, and I got GVK. And so basically, all you got to do is you pop onto my Twitter page. I have it as the pinned tweet there. You simply comment on that tweet, and I'm going to put your name on a list. Put those, put a number to each of those names on that list. Do a little number wheel thing on
Mm-hmm.
online, live. And tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I'm going to do a little live stream, and just do that giveaway. And, honestly, it's just something fun. I want to be like, hey, I like kind of giving things, kind of, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not like, a saint or nothing, but I like having fun. And, a little digital code. It's just something that to me seems practical and easy. And it's fun kind of being put into a giveaway, like a raffle. So check that
Mhm.
out. And yeah, hopefully y'all pop in the little live stream tomorrow night, and
Tomorrow night?
we can
Okay.
have some fun.
Tomorrow night, what time?
6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
6 p.m. Pacific. Do me a favor and please, when you announce it on Twitter, can you tag me on that?
Mm-hmm.
So that way I can kind of blast the news out so
Hold
folks
on.
so we can grab some more folks and put them in
It's
there in the chat.
I will quote it right now. Mongo Big Things. Here's the official tweet for the 2-year anniversary movie giveaway. Simply comment below on this tweet for a chance to win a digital code for one of these movies. There'll be 3 digital codes given out on August 14th, 2021 at 6 p.m. PST. Best of luck. I love Fat Steven.
I didn't write that last bit there, but
Sorry.
Oh, well,
That's not
folks, thank
I don't
you
know. You're taking some
so.
liberties here, man. I don't know if I appreciate that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just appropriating your love, baby.
He does. You can't
Yeah.
give him an opening. He was right in there for
Yeah,
it.
slide in like
That's why I
DMs.
got him on the show. Well, folks, thank you so much for joining us for another lunch table show. I so do appreciate it. After here, of course, drop on over to Midnight's Edge, where I believe they're talking about Gina Carano, the new Gina Carano news with her new project. And of course, they're talking about the Disney earnings call, which I didn't get a chance
Oh.
to listen to because
Mm.
I was just too tired. I didn't get a chance to. So I've got to go back and check it out. And also, I don't think Culture's having his show today, or if he is, it's going to be live from Vegas. So that's going to be, I believe, about 3 p.m. Eastern time. And of course, Friday Night Tights, which is going to be off the chain since they're in
Mhm.
Vegas this time around.
Mm.
That's going to be tonight. And I
Oh.
believe at 10, if Ords has his gaming stream. If
He's
not,
in Vegas.
well, if he's not having a gaming stream, he'll
I
probably
will
just
be.
show up live and you just,
Yeah.
just jump
Uh,
on the stream. But for this particular channel here, again, no theme park stream tonight as I'm kind of testing things in the park. On Sunday, 8 p.m., the Welcome to Florida live stream. We are going to be going over some footage that I'm capturing for what's going on with Halloween Horror Nights over in Universal Studios Orlando. And we have a special guest. Sam McCabe is going to be on the show, and we're going to be talking about Florida's crazy brother, which is Queensland in Australia. So apparently, Queensland is the Florida of Australia. So we're going to be going over a couple of Queensland stories as well. So hopefully, you guys can join us for that. Thanks so much. Please do hit the thumbs up on the
Oh, yeah.
stream. Please do share the stream out. We so appreciate that. And if you're watching the replay, thank you so much for watching. Thanks,
yeah.
Mongo, for being our guest. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Jack of all casuals, for that super sticker of the Shiba Inu dog clapping and saying bravo. Thank you so very much for supporting the channel.
And thank you for loving Fat Steven and Mongo Big Things.